When you think of Roger Corman movies, what mostly comes to mind? Cheap, mindless, ironically fun to watch maybe? While a majority of Roger Corman movies are just junk food for the mind, he turns out some pretty good films that flew under the radar, and today's movie is no exception. This is A Bucket of Blood, made in 1959 and was considered to be one of Roger Corman's best works. The movie centers around a busboy named Walter Paisley who works at the most hipster cafe you can imagine, complete with slam poetry, barrettes, and beatnik stereotypes like whole food diets.
How's some breakfast? What are you having?
Soy and wheat germ pancakes, organic guava nectar, calcium lactate and tomato juice, and garbanzo omelets sprinkled with smoked yeast. Join us?
No, thanks.
Oh, come on now. Are you sure you do not want to try some? I got that recipe off of Pinterest. So wanting to fit in with the artsy crowd, Walter tries his hand at a clay sculpture, and sucking at it.
Frankie, shut up! Oh, what's the matter, Frankie? How'd you get yourself stuck in a wall? Wait a minute, I'll get you out.
He hears his landlady's cat meowing through the wall and tries cutting a hole to get him out. But instead of freeing him, he accidentally kills the cat. Not knowing what to do with the dead cat, he starts covering him with clay and presenting him as a sculpture. And it turns out that everyone loves it. And he even ends up having a few women falling head over heel over him.
Walter, you've done something to me. Something deep down inside of my prana. Oh, Walter, I want to be with you. Take me away to some cool blue place.
I can't. I gotta go home.
Wait, there is one thing I can do. I want to give you something. Something that'll make you remember me.
And what did she give him to remember her by?
Okay, Walter, who's your connection?
Connection?
Yeah, connection. Who do you score from? Where do you buy your horse?
Horse?
Horse, junk, white stuff, heroin.
Is that what that is?
Yep, you heard that correctly. Instead of giving him a necklace or a ring like any other cliche movies, she gives him drugs. Why drugs? I have no honest idea.
You're under arrest, Walter.
Under arrest for what?
Possession of narcotics.
I didn't even know what was in
All right,
that.
you can tell him that downtown. Now, let's go.
I ain't going no place with you.
Walter, do I have to point this at you?
You're gonna shoot me. Don't shoot
Just
me.
shut up, Walter.
No, you're gonna shoot me. Don't shoot.
Yeah, if I had to put up with Walter like that, I think I would have a splitting headache too. And do you seriously want to know how this movie got its title? Well, this is the scene where it happens. While Walter is trying to hide the body, he gets a cooking pot to collect the dripping blood from the ceiling. I mean, seriously, what were they thinking when they came up with this title? Out of all the things in this movie that could potentially be good titles, and they go with this one? And it's not even a bucket, it's a cooking pot. But in Corman's defense, I think that cooking pot blood doesn't have the same ring to it. But everything seems to be okay because Walter is able to hide the body the same way he hid the cat. Cover it with clay. Right away we can see where this movie is headed. He kills various people and turns them into clay sculptures. While many people want to say that this is a direct ripoff of House of Wax, I kind of feel like it shares a lot of similarities to another Roger Corman film, Little Shop of Horrors, aka horror movie. And no, I'm still not letting that one go. I mean, think about it. The main character is a clumsy, awkward man with a heart of gold. His boss treats him like crap, but starts treating him differently because he's famous. He's known for doing great things, even though he's killing people to get where he's at. And he is revealed to be a lying fraud, which leads to a big climactic chase scene, followed by the main character's death. But you really want to know what the real kicker is? This movie came out a year before this movie. So basically, Roger Corman was ripping off himself. The biggest difference I can think of is that A Bucket of Blood focuses more on the horror aspect, even though it was advertised as a horror comedy, and Little Shop of Horrors focuses way too hard on the comedy, almost going as far as being way too cartoony. So a movie that tries to be like that other movie that came out before this movie, only this movie focuses more on the comedy aspect. Sounds like the new Ghostbusters remake to me. And while Little Shop of Horrors has a main antagonist, this movie goes the Macbeth route by having Walter change from the main protagonist to being a blood-cold killer. Dick Miller does a fantastic job being socially awkward, likable, and egotistical all at the same time. And to be honest, I wish that he was cast as Seymour instead of Jonathan Hayes. He's that good. He's practically the same character, so why not? I'd much rather have him as the main role than having him be a cameo where he eats a bunch of flowers. While the film has a low budget, I think that the film utilized it pretty well. Even though Dick Miller himself said that a bigger budget will improve the film, I thought that the film was just fine as it is. I mean, it's not perfect, but at least it's better than any other Corman film. People were not lying when they said that this movie was one of Corman's best, and it surely shows. It's an enjoyable watch, and I highly recommend it. And that's pretty much all I have to say. So until next time, guys, have yourself a safe and happy Halloween, and I will see you next time. Take care.
Tim Evans was a murderer, all in his prison cell. And those who read about his crimes, they damned his soul to hell, saying, "Go down, you murderer."